And we're off. Welcome to the 55th episode of the Brave News channel. I'm your host, Shali, and we're here with the fantastic Rizky. Say hello, Rizky.
Hello.
All right, and today we are filming from an undisclosed location because the world is a little bit crazy out there, but we're hoping that everybody's doing well, that you find yourself in good health. We wish you nothing but the best, of course, and just keep on keeping on, because that's all that we can do at this point right now. But that doesn't stop the show from happening. We're here to bring you the latest news for Brave Frontier Global, of course, our application that's available to you guys on iOS, Android, Amazon, as well as Windows devices. And today we're going to bring you what's to come for more of the springtime, later springtime. All right, and first of all, here we have Frontier Rift for you guys, another guild event. This is, of course, going to be a rerun of Drowning Darkness, starring Sylvanar, the Herald of the Abyssal Depths, Queen of the Naga. She's a very powerful lady herself. Now, you have to prepare your squads against fire and water enemies, which means that you will only be allowed to bring water and thunder units in your squad. So make sure that you're keeping that in mind when you're creating your squads. And if you do clear the rift, of course, you'll get Serenthis, who we can see on screen there, big bad dude with a skull sphere. And you'll get the Unga, which is the sphere that I was just talking about, actually, the thing that's floating above his hand. And then you can get also Amber Butterflies, Omni Materials, Rift Tokens, and more. Now, I hear apparently that this is the final rerun of this event. So if it does get rerun in the future, I'm not sure. It will probably be like under different circumstances. Maybe the boss will be different, the mechanics will be different. Not entirely sure, but this is the last time that you guys will see this particular Frontier Rift as it is now. Which means that the Unison Spheres that could originally be obtained only by clearing this Frontier Rift will actually be made available in the Rift Bazaar for exchange at the end of the rerun, which is amazing. So if you've been struggling to beat this Frontier Rift like me, and you haven't been able to claim all of the rewards because you're just not been able to get past that last boss there, you might be able to get the rewards by exchanging for it at the Bazaar now, which is absolutely amazing. So, stay tuned for that, guys. Make sure that you don't miss out on the rewards and give it another go, especially for, the sake of your guild. Make sure that you're participating so that your guild can rack up those points, okay? Next up, we have our Easter Dungeons return. So we have Ellie's Folly and we have Palette of the Gods. Both are making a comeback for this year's spring celebration. Available from the Easter Bazaar will also be Mary Ann, which was one of the units that we introduced last year along with Aubrey. And I had the longest discussion with people because people didn't believe that Aubrey was a boy. And I was like, I'm telling you, he's a boy. I know these things. And they're like, no, but he looks like a girl. Just because he looks like a girl doesn't make him not a boy, okay? Boys can look however they want to look. And girls can look however they want to look, okay? So, Ellie and Marianne and Aubrey are all back. So make sure that you guys are looking forward to that. I know that I am. And then we have some more stuff coming up next. Risky, can I pass it on to you?
All right, so the next stuff will be a brief Insignia Bazaar refresh, the things that probably a lot of players have been asking, although this time around it's not a unit yet. But we will be restocking these following items: the Elementum and Geminis Tomes, Algifs, Amber Butterflies, Golems, and Summon Tickets. So for those who have claimed the units and you got some spare Insignias, you can actually use it to claim and restock your supplies as well.
Yes, and we had some summoners asking this question in one of the past BNCs. So here it is. Finally, the refresh is happening. Hope you're excited for what's to come.
All right, and the next one will be Grand Quest X6 recap for the rewards. So we have episodes 4.1 that will be giving Elementum Tomes and Gems. We have episode 4.2 with Geminis Tomes and Greater Water Golem. And for episodes 4.3, there will be Rainbow Crystals, another gem for the first clear rewards, and there will be a mystery reward. So as usual, the mystery reward will be announced nearing the release itself. So do look forward for our announcement in Facebook or the in-game news.
All right, excellent.
So, So moving on to the next one, there'll be a new unit called Altered Destiny. Can I pass it to you, Shelley?
Of course, we have a new amazing looking unit. Her name is Aoife. I've been told that that's how you pronounce it despite the spelling.
Fancy names.
The name is Aoife. Now she's a very beautiful, elegant looking lady dressed up in seal skin, which I found so interesting because it's so very particular. You know, when you play a game, you see a lot of units that are like characters that are wearing a bunch of fur, and the fur could be like from anything really. And the most that you see really defined, I think, is like a wolf pelt, because it has like the head of the wolf still attached or something like that, or maybe a lion. But this is the first time that I can like say like, oh, that's sealskin. She's wearing sealskin.
Yeah, that's right. The tail is very prominent. Yes.
Exactly. And so she obviously, you know, wearing sealskin, I think this is an allusion to the fact that this is going to be a water type unit. Aoife is very much like a siren of the seas. If you guys don't know what a siren is a mythical creature that kind of, well, usually they're half human, half fish, if you would.
Fish, yes.
And they sit on the rocks in very dangerous areas of the sea. And they lure people, particularly men, with their beautiful singing voice, so that the men, you know, on whatever boat they're on, crash into the rocks and die.
Yeah.
That's
so
the mythical siren for you. Now, the thing about Aoife is that Aoife is actually a demon who consumes the people she actually lures into her traps. But how many people can you lure before one of them lures you is the big question. And that's where Aoife's story gets a little bit interesting. And I'm only going to leave it at that so as not to spoil too much. But she looks amazing.
Yeah. I think that reimagining of how seal skin will looks like in the unit is just awesome.
Yeah. I love that there's kind of like a Native American feel in the way that her dressing is made, but it's also kind of has like this like Eskimo vibe with the like seal skin, and she's a mix of very different things, but there's no question that she's very in tune with nature, especially you know, things with the sea, things having to do with the sea. So I'm very excited to see what her animation looks like in battle, see how she attacks. You can see that her fingers are bloodied up. You know, that's probably from like having her meals and eating her victims. So you know, she's a beautiful, beautiful, dangerous lady, and I can't wait to see her in action. So look forward to her.
All right.
Now, she's not the only new unit that's going to be making an appearance soon in Brave Frontier Global. We have more heroes across time. This time, it's Roy. Roy is actually a brand new character from Brave Frontier 2. He has never been seen in Brave Frontier 1, Brave Frontier Global. But Roy is a very influential person in the Acra Summoners Hall because he is the kind of summoner that sets an example for everyone else. When he first joined Acra Summoners Hall, actually he joined because he was inspired by a legendary summoner. To follow his own path as a summoner. However, the more that he worked towards his goal, the more that he followed his own aspirations, the more that the people around him came to admire him for his hard work and for his accomplishments, and he became an inspiration for others, which is an absolutely, you know, amazing and outstanding story of what a hero should really, you know, be. You know, he's good guy Roy. Let's call him that. He's definitely very good guy.
Yeah.
He's gained the trust of very important people such as Saria. He has his own Demon Slayer squad called the Sun Corps. He's a really cool dude. We can learn a lot from him. What do you think of his design, Rizky?
Well, I think I like the classic. This is a very classic Brave Frontier Knight design. Yeah, it's just he kind of like give the Vargas vibe, but not too fantasy. Like Vargas has a lot of like floating rocks and everything, but he's just basically like you know, your usual summoner human, but with the really I don't know, like the armor is just awesome.
Yeah, Very, very shiny, very, very
shiny,
fitting
yes,
of a
very
knight.
defined.
For
Fitting of a
sure.
knight.
The only thing that I don't dig about Roy is his mullet. I don't know why he
Right.
has to have like really short hair here and really long hair here. I'm not a fan of mullets, but
Okay.
he pulls it off. I'll let him slide for that one just because he's such a good guy and he helps everyone around him. He's always out there to do the right thing. So Roy is a very admirable summoner. All right, so look forward to him, guys, coming to Brave Frontier Global very soon. But that's not the only thing coming to the game. Risky, we have a very special treat.
Yes, we're finally having this new fusion material called Mystery Frog.
Yes.
The things that have been asked by players for, I don't know, like how many, so many times. Well, the reason it is taking so long for us to bring it here because initially, I think we think the team think that the randomly assigning the type is kind of dangerous because of the whatever complication it might be.
Right.
After we actually go through it and then we try to solve the technical issues, and because this feature is not initially developed by us but developed by our counterpart Brave Frontier RPG. So what did we do was to optimize it a little bit. So in the original version, when you get a type reset, you can actually have a chance to get the same type back, which probably will piss the user off most of the time. So what we do is that we are ensuring that when the type is changed, it is not going back to the previous type.
Yeah, because that defeats the whole purpose. Like, I don't want to change my, anima unit to something else just to have it come back to anima. That makes little sense. So I appreciate that, definitely.
Right. And together with this, there will be 3 bonus rainbow crystals as well to be sent to summoners present after the fusion. So it's kind of like to compensate for you because when you do the type change, the level will be reset back to 1.
Yes.
For the safety reason, because how the system is working is that depending on your type, the growth of the status will be different. So when you are changing the type, all the unit will be reset, and you can use the rainbow crystals to max out the unit again.
Right.
All right. So how are these frog going to be distributed? I think it will be only announced later on. We have no detail yet, but the system is ready, so stick around for further announcement.
All right.
Yeah.
We do have some other notes from the developers about how mystery frogs are going to be different from the ones that we saw in Brave Frontier RPG. Did we want to go into those details? Would you like me to share?
Yeah, I mean, I just shared earlier. Like, basically, you are not going to get the same. The difference will be you are not going to get the same type when you reset.
Right.
Is there anything else that I missed?
I hear that we are going to have 2 different types of frogs, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard that we're going to have one that does give you, a randomized type, and the randomized type is the only one that can get you the brand new type Rex, which is like the overarching, like all-powerful unit type in Brave Frontier that has yet to be released in Brave Frontier Global. Like, it's always been in the data, but never actually. There are no units in Brave Frontier Global that have ever been released in Rex type. So this mystery frog will be the one that can randomly assign the Rex type to your unit. But then there is another frog that's going to give a unit a specific type. So maybe there's like a frog that's like Lord type. And so if you fuse that frog to your anima unit, it will go from anima into Lord, like specifically, because that's what you wanted. So I heard that is in the works for global as well, which is, pretty big improvement.
That's nice.
Yeah. I also heard that the frogs, depending on now what what type your unit ends up being after you change it with a frog, will give you passive abilities that will help your unit become even stronger, but only Omni Plus up. So, you have an Omni Plus unit, you decided to change their type, and now new passive abilities are going to be available for that particular unit. according to that new type.
Okay, that's going to be an interesting way of rebuilding your unit.
Yes. I'm not sure exactly what those passive skills are. I don't know that they work the same way as like EX skills. I don't know that they work the same way as like, like it's a skill that will do damage or anything like that. It might just be that it gives you like, some extra attack if your breaker, if your unit is breaker or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work, but it's definitely interesting that we get, a little bit of a benefit from actually changing the unit types at this point, because I think the meta hit a time where the unit types kind of became not so important anymore. At the beginning of the game, they were very, very important and vital to like the usability and effectiveness of a unit. Recently, it's kind of not been as crucial. So I think we're trying to bring that unit type meta back with these mystery frogs and making it worthwhile for the players if they do choose to change their units type.
Right.
Let me see if I'm leaving anything out. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to share that was extra for the mystery frogs. But yeah, look forward to them because that's a really cool new mechanic that's coming to Brave Frontier Global. Very exciting.
Right. Nice info, Charlie. I think to clarify that those are still in development.
Yeah.
So the one that will be coming first will be the mystery frog. And the additional effect will be announced later on, I guess.
Yes. I mean, I'm sure these things are gradual. Please don't expect all of them to be out at the same exact time. It might take some time, testing, implementation, and all of that. But just know that these things are in the works, and this is what we have planned so far. And hopefully we can make it all work for you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
So moving on to the last content for the one that we have here. We have a next collaboration. More surprisingly, we still have the collaboration with. I can't really say it because we want it to be for community to guess it. So for the next so-called the contest, guess our next collaboration partner correctly, and you can stand to win the fantastic prizes. So there will be a community event coming nearing the April and releasing to release hints on what what our upcoming collaboration partner is. So 6 lucky winners who guess correctly will get 1 collaboration unit.
That's amazing.
This is the very first time for us to do this kind of contest, so it's going to be very interesting. But I'll guarantee you it's not easy to guess what collaboration is this.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure what kind of hints we have prepared. So depending on the hints itself, it could be not very easy, but fairly easy. I mean, I don't know. I would have to see the hints to be able to tell, I think people are going to guess it or not going to guess it. But I personally feel privileged because every single collaboration, well, for the most part, I want to say 90% of the collaborations that we have done for Brave Frontier are things that I already love and that I've known for a very long time. And the fact that I get to play with these characters, or that I get to play in the settings of this particular collaboration genre, it's really, really fun for me. And I feel very privileged and honored that we get so many cool and exciting collaborations in Brave Frontier Global. The team works so hard to put these together, down to the very last detail of every single little thing. So I'm very, very much looking forward to this collaboration. I hope
very exciting.
Everybody else gets excited too, even though, the point right now is to guess what it is that is coming. I can't believe that you get an actual collaboration unit if you guess it. That's amazing to me.
Yep. So, So do join the contest and look forward for the home event. Usually it's on our Facebook.
Yes.
For more updates on this one, yes.
Yes, keep a close eye on those hints, you guys. And this time I'm not giving you any because I don't know what the rules are for the contest. So I'm not gonna give anybody any what's the word? Advantages here. I'm keeping it very, very broad. The only thing that I said is that is something that I know and love, and that's all. That's all you get.
All right.
Okay, well, that's all for the new content coming up. Stick around for the Summoner's Corner coming up next. It is time for the Summoner's Corner, where you guys ask a bunch of questions and Risky has all the answers for you. We're going to start with the first one here by Lord Curly. Love the name. Very fun. Curly's, or Lord Curly, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to leave your title of Lord out. I'm sorry. Lord Curly asks, will Syria return as a summonable unit?
Yes, so the team is actually, I'm sorry, I'm just fixing my sitting. But the team is actually quite pleased with the reception on Battles of Brave Frontier 2 content. So by this time of episode BNC episode airing, Syria should be available for summon one more time. So do look forward for the recent summon gate within the April, I guess. Within the March month.
All right, well, I'm going to be looking forward to it as well because I spent a lot of gems on Syria and she never showed up. She left me hanging. Even though me and Syria have been like this since day one.
Yes.
I was so upset. So maybe this time will be my time to get her. So good luck to both you, Lord Curly, and myself. Now, second question here by Noah Heinkel. Would it be possible to add a new sorting feature for spheres? I was looking at my long list of spheres and I would love to be able to sort them alphabetically. And keep up the good work. So thank you so much for the words of encouragement. But how about that sphere sorting, Risky?
Okay, I mean, the suggestion is definitely good. Sort by alphabetically so you can easily find what sphere names. And by the sphere name, because usually we don't find it by types. But yeah, unfortunately, at the moment, we don't have any resources to carry out this revamp. So the plan now is, no, but hopefully someday we will be able to optimize that. In the meantime, what you guys can do is to sort by the type of the spheres, to filter out easily. And usually for me, I use the muscle memory to find out what sphere is where. So yeah.
All right, well, sorry about that. Not in the works right now, but maybe hopefully sometime in the future. I think we are just preoccupying our resources to make like super awesome content for you guys. So that quality of life stuff might have to wait a little bit in that aspect.
Just a little bit more.
All right, and now our last question of the day is by Jay, and Jay would like to know, when are Vale and Yan getting their dual brave first?
Well, good questions. I think the team is currently working hard on pairing this at the moment, so they will be coming within the next 2 months. Stay tuned for our Facebook for more announcement, and hopefully, maybe if we are lucky enough to get the information early, we can announce it in the next BNC. Yeah.
And I think that was our last question of the day. Thank you for everybody who sent their questions in. We love hearing from you, so make sure that you leave more questions down in the comments below, or maybe leave some on Facebook. I think, we kind of switch back and forth where to find questions that we can actually answer for you guys. And anything you want to add before we end the show, Risky?
I guess just a quick thanks to our players and supporters so far for supporting us until we are going to close to the 7 years already. So yeah, well, we will keep our good work, and please help to support us as well until our 7th anniversary. So probably going to be like a world record for mobile games.
I think it has to be some kind of a record. I mean, 7 years is a long time.
Well, we did the Guinness World Record for the most pixel character.
That's right. We already have a world record. But I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have another one, right?
Yep, sure.
So thank you all for all of your support. We absolutely cannot thank you enough for everything that you do for this game. We love being here for you. I know that times are rough, but just hang in there. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Be safe. Bye-bye.